Hi, I'm back again. Thank you so much for subscribing. I have so many new subscribers and that's very gratifying to me. Gratifying? Yeah, makes me happy. So today we're gonna make some cookies, and you see I'm in my fancy duds because these cookies are gonna end up in the store, which is floraandgeorge.com. It's a little online baking store that I've started with small batches of baked goods. Basically whatever I bake goes in. So I always wear my non-Pippin clothing, Pippin is my little pug, when I'm baking for the store. Obviously there are rules that apply. So today we're going to make the Biarritz cookies, and those are thin, very non-sweet wafers. Here, I'll show you a picture of them. Mine aren't going to look like this, or maybe they will. I'm pretty good at it actually. Look how huge that is. Look, I'm a Biarritz cookie. It's from the Dory's Cookies book. They're a thin wafer. I mean, they're kind of very similar to the Milano, the Pepperidge Farm Milano. There was at one time a Biarritz, which was just the top layer with the chocolate on the bottom. We're gonna make these sandwich cookies, so they're gonna be a lot like the Milano. You're gonna need a baking sheet with parchment paper or the silicone mats. Dory does say that she gets a better finish with the silicone mats, so we're gonna see how this goes. I think it's gonna be fine. I'm not too fussy about how things look. Though maybe I should be, because now I have a store, floraandgeorge.com. I use the parchment sheets instead of the roll. As you know, I said some pretty nasty things about that roll, which I regret, but the baking sheets are much more handier. You're going to need either a pastry bag and a 1/2 inch tip. Now don't get afraid now. Now you're thinking, whoa, this is getting way too complicated, lady. No, it's not. Use a baggie if you want. Clip off a tip. These don't have to be perfect, and they're going to be so delicious, and they're going to impress your friends or your mom and dad or whoever you live with. I do want to do sort of cooking things for younger people as well, so they can see how easy things are. I know this doesn't look easy, but it is. So here's my pastry bag. You can just get a baggie, and it's a 1/2 inch tip, or just make a 1/2 inch snip in a plastic bag. I saw this internet quiz, or one of those things that comes up and says, what is this? And I may have already mentioned this because it's really kind of pissing me off. It's like, what is this? Do you know what this is? I'm like, well, it's a sifter. Come on now, it's not like a stone axe. People still use sifters, and that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna sift together 75 grams of almond flour, 75 grams of confectioner sugar, and 75 grams of all-purpose flour. Now, I'm sorry, this is obviously not a gluten-free recipe, although I am a fan of that because I do have wheat sensitivity, so I decided to try to steer clear. But I also like to do other things. So here we go. Now we're going to mix the 1/2 stick of melted butter, and it's cooled, and the 3 tablespoons of milk together. You're going to stir that into the dry mixture. Stir that until smooth. Now we're going to start with our egg whites. We have 3 egg whites. Now this is often the point where you're going to start adding the sugar. You see the egg whites are white. They're not making peaks yet, but they're white, they're broken up. Now we're going to do the sugar, and in this recipe, you do the sugar in a steady stream. So here are our egg whites. Oh, aren't they beautiful? If you're going to make a macarons, or you're going to make a big pavlova or something, you might want to go a little longer than this. But I think for this, that's a little stiff peak there. I think for this it's fine. So often you can overbeat your egg whites, and we don't need that. We're going to put about 1/3 of this mixture in here. And we're going to stir it vigorously. Oh my God. I guess that's what she means by stir vigorously, because you really want to loosen that up. I'm going to use my trusty wooden spoon for this. talked about wooden spoons before. They're such a wonderful thing. In fact, some guy came into the store the other day. He said he makes wooden spoons, and I'm very interested in that. Here we go. Now we're going to fold this in. I probably should have gotten my... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm feeling a little bit better. So when we're folding, what's the action here? We cut across, and we bring it over. Now, this isn't as important because she says, and you want to move the bowl as you go. Cut it and bring it over. You're scooping it, you're bringing it in. Now, she says that the egg whites will deflate, so I'm not being all as careful as I might be with the folding. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. You wouldn't fold like this if you were making a souffle or a flourless chocolate cake. You don't want to deflate those egg whites. Okay, I think that's okay. I think that's fine. Now, an easy way to fill your bag is to put the bag over a tall glass. You don't have to hold it then, but I'm just going to do it this way because I think I'm better than I am. All right. First of all, don't forget, tack down your sheet. A little bit about this. That's... Okay, so I'm going to bake these in a 325-degree oven. That's Fahrenheit. Look, I'm assuming that Europeans are watching me. Oh, bonjour. Okay. So we're going to let those cook, and then when they come out, that's when we pipe the next one. I'm not sure why that is, but that's what she says. I guess it has, I have no idea. So to make the chocolate, what you would do is heat your heavy cream. This is how I do it. I heat the heavy cream until it's just bubbling around the surface, and then I'm going to pour that over the chocolate, let the chocolate sit. This is more of a ganache type thing, and then stir it until it's all melted in and beautiful. With this recipe, because this is just coating the bottom, there wasn't a lot of cream. So I heated the cream, I put it in the chocolate. It didn't quite melt, so I just heated some more cream. It's just beautiful, gorgeous stuff. Sorry, I'm mesmerized by that. Okay, I can smell the cookies. Let's go get them. So I'm gonna put my chocolate in a piping bag. You can just use a spatula or offset spatula or a spoon. Little Biarritz cookie. Really easy. Sort of talk through this in a semi-complicated way, but it's super easy. Just send me questions if you want to. These will go into the store. Not this one, but I'll make a batch that will go into the store. FloraandGeorge.com. You can buy them if you want. See ya.